Hey everybody, welcome back to another one of our pick videos here on Most Valuable Podcast. I am the Mark Weber. This is Ricky Widmer. And I am back. Sean is gone, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't have to ever deal with Sean again. So no worries. Life is good. We are back. And as always, our NFL pick videos are brought to you by thesportpick.com. So make sure you go there, sign up, and compete against us for whoever you think is going to win these games. But we got 5 games we want to talk about. You can see the rest on mostvaluablepodcast.com, what the rest of the guys picked at least. But the 5 that Ricky and we want to talk about, the one, it's going to start our week, so we might as well start by talking about it. That's our Broncos and our Chargers. Ricky, what do you think about the Broncos-Chargers?
I'm going to be a little ballsy. I mean, the Chargers usually play the Broncos tough. I know the Chargers have been giving up games left and right in the fourth quarter. Trevor Siemian, as of right now, when we're recording this on Tuesday, believes that he is going to play. However, I'm going to be bold. Go Chargers. Go Chargers, go. Picking the Chargers.
All right, somebody had to do it. So I got to go with the Broncos. If Paxton Lynch was going to play, I'm probably going to go with the Chargers because I think that he'll go.
He still could.
But I do believe that Trevor Siemian, he's a smart man. He went to Northwestern, Chicago's Big Ten team.
Sure.
He went there, and he's a wise man. He probably knows things about the body. I have no idea what he majored in, but he went to Northwestern, so I assume he's a doctor. I don't really know. I think he's going to come back. He's going to play, and even though the Chargers score way more points than the Broncos do, they're about to play the Broncos. So that's all going to come to a screeching halt here. And got to pick the Broncos. Got to do it. But, Ricky, Eagles, Redskins, in a game of like, hey, this one team is good and this team is maybe good. What do you think?
Carson Wentz. There you go. That's all I got to say. Carson Wentz.
Yeah, part of me wants to say, hey, the Eagles just lost to the Lions, therefore they're bad. But the Redskins, I know, are bad. So I'm going to have to go with the Eagles. Have to agree with you on this one. Chiefs, Raiders, I think I know who you're going to pick.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders. Yeah, I mean, this team, the Raiders to me are a team that 4-1. Last time they went 4-1, went to the Super Bowl, I believe. So that's a good sign for this Raider team. And this Chief team coming off a bye, before the bye, got humiliated on Sunday Night Football against the Steelers. Is this going to be a shellacking from the Raiders? Probably not. But with Blackjack Del Rio calling some gutsy plays, I think Derek Carr and his weapons get it done. Defense does just enough to make Alex Smith worried.
Here's the thing. If your scenario works out and you think that the Chargers are going to beat the Broncos, kind of opens the door up a little bit for the Chiefs to get in there and start taking away this division. Raiders are a good team. I don't want to take anything away from the Raiders.
Raiders at the top of the division.
But I think that the Raiders are almost at the top of the conference. But I think that the Chiefs are going to be able to do it. I think that they got to bounce back because they're kind of right in there, but they're not doing enough to win these games here. And even though the Raiders are this nice surprise team, I'm not completely buying in yet. I do like them. I do think they're in the playoffs, but not completely buying in yet. So I'm going to let the Chiefs take this one, especially if the Broncos and the Chargers can beat each other up and maybe the Chargers steal that one. But Falcons, Seahawks, let's hear it.
I'm going to be ballsy. I'm going with the birds. Going with the dirty birds.
There's 2 birds in this one.
The Falcons. Come on, Mark. Who's the team that with a young Deion Sanders, the dirty bird? I'm going to go with the ATL Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, you want to be bold on this one, but I'm right there with you.
Only because it's in Seattle.
I'm right there with you. Because it's in Cincinnati, or because in Seattle, you want to pick the Seahawks. I want to pick the Falcons as well, but the reason I'm picking them is because they've won every game that they've been the underdog for. So this is a team that plays up.
Plus, it's Dan Quinn's homecoming to Seattle.
Yeah, he's going to want to play tough. Seahawks, we can't say that the Seahawks were not playing up to what they should be because they're right back to where they are, just like the Seahawks always are with that slow start. But I got to ride with the Falcons on this one. This team plays tough when they're the underdogs. So Cowboys, Packers. I know you hate Dak Prescott, so you're going to go with the Cheeseheads.
I hate to say it, but go Pack, go.
Yeah.
Go Pack, go.
I think that you're probably right. I think that the Packers probably win this one. But with that being said, even though that the Packers have this great run defense that's going to stop Ezekiel Elliott and they're not going to let the underneath pass happen, if there's going to be a time for Dak Prescott to come out there, shine, and he's going to steal that job,
got to steal this one.
It's this game. So therefore, I got to ride with the guy who's going to be riding the bench on my fantasy team, Dak Prescott. Got to let him go out there and win. Gonna pick the Cowboys.
This is a must-win game for Dak Prescott because
if he wants that job.
If he can steal this one from the Packers or even steal the one in 2 weeks against the Eagles, then it kind of changes things because guys like me are expecting him to lose both games and then Tony Romo getting the job when he comes back.
Yeah, and if you guys want to hear that Dak Prescott conversation between Ricky and I, go check out the Onside Kick podcast this week. We talked a lot about Dak Prescott and Tony Romo, which one should start. So let us know what you guys think about all these picks down below. Are we right? Are we wrong? What do you guys say? Let us know. Let us know for any game that you guys want about who you think is going to win. At Ricky Widmer, at the Mark Weber, or at Most Valuable Pod. Of course, check out patreon.com because these mics are annoying. We would rather have lapel mics and make it a lot better. That way you don't have this annoying thing in my face while I talk. And it was really close to my face when I did that. So anyways, make sure you guys go to thesportpick.com. They sponsored this video, and we want you guys to go compete against us in our Most Valuable Podcast League. But until next time, week 7, can't wait to pick even more games. We'll see you guys next week, guys. Enjoy some football. And whatever the fuck that is.
Dance it away.